Well, the Art Students League of Denver presents a retrospective of Doug Dawson, an exclusive exhibit of his local and international works over the past 3 decades. Dawson is an ASLD founder and the longest-standing faculty member. The exhibition is open to the public until March 24th. I encourage you to go check it out. And artist Doug Dawson joins us this morning, along with Arts Students League of Denver Program Director Amma Mills Robertson with more. Good to have you guys on the show. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So, Amma, before we dive into the Doug Dawson exhibit, let's talk a little bit about the Art Students League of Denver. You have year-round programming, correct?
We do. Yes, we do. So the Art Students League of Denver, it's a nonprofit community art school, and it was founded in 1987. And Doug is actually one of the founding members. You know, we're very thrilled that Doug is still part of our faculty, and we're excited about his show. But a little bit about the Art Students League. Our mission is to provide an inclusive art community for individuals with different artistic abilities to work with professional artists throughout the year.
That's a huge advantage.
Yes, it is.
You also offer several workshops and programs. Tell me a little bit more about those offerings.
Yes, so we have a robust course offerings, and professional artists, just like Doug, teach painting classes, drawing, ceramics, printmaking. So we have a wide range of diverse media that we offer our students. And annually we serve over 10,000 students through our art classes, youth programs, outreach programs, and other special events.
You are really making a difference in our community. That's
Thank you.
Excellent. Now, Doug, how in the world, let's go back to the beginning. Talk about how you became an Art Students League of Denver founder, and you're still a faculty member.
Sure. You know, it came about because there were several of us that were talking about the idea of an Art Students League, because 30, 40 years ago, the prevailing instruction that was happening in colleges and universities really didn't include a whole lot of information about techniques, methods, procedures, and we felt like there was a need in the community for more better quality instruction.
Right.
And so the Art Students League was really it developed or created because of a sort of a knee-jerk response to what wasn't happening in the colleges and universities.
So if there's an upcoming artist right now watching, or in class when they get a chance to meet you, what advice do you give them?
Basically, the advice that I give them, the advice that I was given many years ago by a Denver artist named Ramon Kelly, who said, Doug, to get good at this, it's like music. You have to paint 1,000 paintings, just like a musician has to practice an instrument.
That's so true. That's great advice. Now, you were named Master Pastelist in 1985. Is that correct how you say it?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about that process.
Well, I mean, that is a consequence of, submitting my work to national shows and things, but, it's very much a product of, following through with that idea of just trying to perfect my art.
Look at this that we're watching here on the video. You were also working on a piece live here in studio right behind you. Would you mind telling me a little bit about this piece behind you and what you've been working on?
Sure. One of the things that I cover in my classes is the idea that art, creating an exciting piece of art is like creating, basically composing a song. And the recognizable objects in the image are like the lyrics in a song, and the underlying abstraction is like the melody.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So right now, what I'm working on primarily, as I've been here in the studio, is trying to perfect the melody. And the melody has a lot to do, in this case, with the unpredictability and the edges of the shapes that are going on.
I have to tell you, this is crazy. I talked to you earlier, and let's turn you around a little bit so the camera can see your good side. My parents live in Missouri, and they're watching right now. That looks exactly from their house view, exactly like their front yard. No kidding. They have a lake, a pond like that with a tree. That is absolutely gorgeous. Now, quickly, tonight's event, I think, is so spectacular. They're featuring over the past 3 decades and how your work has transformed. Do you have any advice or any comments on how your work has actually transformed over the past 3 decades?
Well, in the show, I'm going to walk around and show people my work in the show and talk about it. And I'll be illustrating the idea that creativity comes about in basically two ways. One is gradual changes where you just do one painting sort of inspired by the previous painting. The other is where you think of the world of art as like a pool, and in that pool are all the pieces of art that have been done, and you can reach in and borrow any of those ideas.
So interesting. Well, we're going to learn more from you tonight. Thank you so much, Alma, for coming on the show, too. A retrospective of Doug Dawson is on display right now. So make sure you get all the information you need on the website that we'll have on the bottom of the screen here. Please do go meet Doug Dawson tonight live, and you'll get a chance to talk about some of his wonderful work. It's from March. It's happening March 9th tonight, 6 to 8 p.m. Tickets are $10. The address is 200 Grant Street in Denver. That's 200 Grant Street in Denver. You can also go online to asld.org. That's asld.org. The Art Students League of Denver, again, is located at 200 Grant Street in Denver. You can also call 303-778-6990. View all of the upcoming spring and summer programs at the website, which is asld.org.